cycle being one for assessment and looking at formative pre and post type of thing. How's that coming along for you?
Well, I haven't. We just finished a unit today. Well, we tested yesterday and we did some like STEAM artwork today. So we're really, and tomorrow's a minimum day for us, so we don't really have math. So we're really going to start a new unit on Monday about 3D shapes. So I was just kind of pulling like some assessments and some formative things and looking, and kind of shapes it's a little tricky, I think, because shapes, you can do so many things with them, but I was really looking at the standard and what does the standard say and what is the standard asking, because a lot of the assessments are just like, what is this shape called? What is this shape called? And I know my students don't know that. That's vocabulary, and that's different than, I think you could ask a few other things. So I was just kind of looking at that and looking at what I want them to learn, because I don't want them to just learn 4 vocabulary words and that's it.
Right.
Like sphere, cone, cube. Okay, that's fine, but that's not really enough. So I was just kind of looking at what other things I can teach and how to assess those things differently. So, yeah, that's I think I've kind of narrowed it down to I'm going to do 4. So the cone, the sphere, the cylinder, and the cone, sphere, cylinder, cube.
Okay.
So those 4. And then we're going to talk, of course, about the name, but also their sides, what shapes make them up, how they stack and how they move. If they stack and if they move. And that was your advice. So that's kind of what's going to be each week we're going to focus on one shape and all of those aspects of the shape. And that's going to kind of be, first I'm going to give them a full formative assessment, just kind of seeing about all of it. And then each week in the middle of it to see if they're catching on as we go.
That's good. And one suggestion I would make, the standard itself for kindergarten in regards to the shapes is the ability to identify 2D and 3D shapes, geometric figures. When we talk about let's take the cube, for example. Well, the cube is made up of sides, and if you were to look at the side, that is a square. So then you could even take it a step further and compare and contrast between a plane shape or a flat shape and then a solid shape.
Okay, yeah, that's what they were talking a lot about, flat and solid.
Okay.
I saw that a few places, and I like that verbiage because, I could teach them vertices and vertex, but I'm just really
Oh, we do.
I feel do you really?
Yes.
Is it not too much of a mouthful for them? Is it okay?
No, and keep in mind, now you with your dual class as well as with mine. Now, do you teach math in English or is math in Spanish?
We switch off.
Okay, because math for us at the kinder level is pretty much Spanish. During their English time, the teacher might go over a few shapes and stuff, but we do talk vertices and we talk how many points does it have? Understand that a vértice is an esquina, yes. So you could do a vertice is the corner, the point of a shape. How many points do they have? Understand that the vertices also align with how many sides. So if there's 4 vertices, then there's going to be 4 sides to a square. And so, except for the cone. And the cone can be tricky, and that's where they really start the investigation of it. But yeah, and then when we're walking in line, if they come to a corner where we're going to turn, then we've started saying turn at the vertice.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Turn at the vertex. And they're looking for it and trying to find it, and it just applies the vocabulary in a different setting.
Okay, I like that. Do you teach cone or pyramid or both?
Cone. We pretty much stuck to the same 4 basic solid shapes that you did. We did the cone, we did the cylinder, we did the sphere, and we did the cube.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do too.
Now for the flat shapes, we went all out. For flat shapes,
octagon and pentagon, not pentagon, hexagon. Yeah, we do some.
We did all of those. Heart, star, you name it. They wanted to, But the solids, we stuck pretty much with those 4, just so that they would understand what a solid is.
Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of, do you teach them like shape at a time too?
Yes.